Okay, I'm going to go sit down now because I cannot live up to all of that. Thank you, June. I can't say enough. And it has been my pleasure to be a part of this remarkable event and facilitate the recognition of women in business. Okay, I'm done. That's it. No more serious. I have a couple of things I'd like to say before we get into all of this. Number one, Martha, if I need any tips on being a hooker or knowing anything about roosters, I'll be calling you. Number two, talking to you is much tougher than presenting before Congress. I guarantee it. That was a piece of cake because they were a bunch of old men. And number three, I promise that my opening statement was the only time I plan on being serious. So if you are offended by that, get over it. I'd like to share with you a phone call I received today from a local business person who saw the business press section on this event. As you all know, it's pages and pages and makes me look really good. The gentleman said, "Lori, I always knew you were fun, but I didn't know you were smart." Okay, now, you may be offended and you may think that I should have been offended by that, but I was not. He's sweet. He's an old guy. I like him. So I let it go. But the comment did provoke some thoughtfulness on my part. What do we want our legacy to be? How do we want to be remembered? Do we want our children to be our legacy? There are days I pray not. That would be tough. But I know that different people use different adjectives to describe us. My children, my coworkers, God knows what my ex-husband says about me. They all use different words to describe you. What do you want your legacy to be? During some quiet time, yeah, I know, what the hell is that, right? Reflect on what your legacy should be and how you would like to be remembered. I mean, there's no way we're going to live up to Renee's example. I gave up a long time ago. Whether I could walk or not, forget it. It ain't happening. But I have determined after yesterday's phone call that I would rather be thought of as fun than smart and stuffy. Those who love me know whether I am smart or not. Fun keeps you awake after lunch. I would not have tried to undertake choosing a businesswoman all by myself. Yeah, June thinks I'm terrific, but, we already BS'd her. I was honored to have the help of a Women in Business committee. Any of them could have easily qualified for any of these awards. The committee represents both counties, large and small business, and us government types. We carry a vast amount of experience, that doesn't mean age, don't even go there, and a value for women and our unique experiences and qualities. We are businesswomen, mothers, teachers, nurturers, wives, daughters, grandmothers, aunts, ex-wives, whatever. But most of all, we are friends. I know that I will leave this event and the committee a richer woman for the friendships I have made and the relationships that I will now nurture for the years to come. Please stand when I call your name, my new friends. I'd like you to be recognized for serving on the Women in Business Committee. My delightful co-chair who kept me on my toes all the time, Ruby Simpson, Simpson Commercial Real Estate. The members of my committee, Nicole Desmond, Desmond and Lewis, Jesse Knapp, okay, clap. Jesse Knapp, Knapp and Associates, Michelle Skilgen, Inland Empire Women's Business Center, and Judy Statz from the city of Corona. Thank you, ladies, for your wisdom, your patience, and your never-ending advice. The selection process for these awards was nothing less than grueling. I'm not going to lie to you. This was not easy. And we have 3, okay? They only had 1. A labor of love, to say the least. Our committee chose its mission statement, which you can read, I'm not going to read it, and named the categories. The nominees were chosen not just for their accomplishments or their business acumen, but for their overall qualities beyond education, for what they give back who and how they mentor future business leaders. That seems to be a whole lot more important to us. I must share with you that, as you know, neither the committee members nor I know who has won. That's a real pain, I want you to know, because it's just killing me. This has been in total secrecy. I don't do well with secrets. The first category is the movers and shakers, and this is not an exercise class, okay? It had nothing to do with that. I want to be perfectly clear. Okay, the nominees in the mover and shaker category were, doesn't that sound like Academy Award? Call Billy Crystal, I can do as good a job as he does. Theresa Ashby, the Transitional Director for Kaiser Permanente. Sherry Davis, Director for the Inland Empire Film Commission. Linda Smith, Founder and CEO of 4D College. And Mary Sullivan, President of Sullivan Consulting. And the winner is... Okay, the Mover and Shaker Award goes to Theresa Ashby, Kaiser Permanente. I don't think there's any music when she starts talking or a hook that pulls her off stage, you know, like they do at the Academy Awards. Congratulations very much. Would you like to say something?
I would love to. Wow, how do you follow all these fabulous women up here? I don't know, but you know, I had a little 60-second spiel where I thanked my leadership and Kaiser Permanente, all those guests here from Kaiser Permanente, from Lucy, who's with us, from McCarthy, who's helping us build these beautiful hospitals, to Dominic and Mary and my assistant director, Chantel. But you know, you talked today about our mission statement and how it's so important to us. And you talk about fun. And so here's been mine for years. It's about change the world and have fun. And I hope that everything I do, I just have a little piece of changing the world for folks, for you, for me, for my team. And it's really, for me, all about the passion and purpose. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you to everybody. Ruby, thank you, and thank you very much.
It's not worth doing if you can't have fun doing it. As June told you, I worked in domestic violence for a number of years. It had its blessings, it had its curses. Namely, I work for the same guy now that I worked for then, and that could be the curse. Just kidding, his wife's in the front row, so I had to say that, and his kids are here, so, you know. Don't tell him I said that. Nah, go ahead and tell him. Yeah, she's on the phone, there we go, I'm dead. The next category is the entrepreneur category. How many of you can spell entrepreneur? Raise your hand. Okay, I'm putting mine down because spell check did it for me. Entrepreneur means one who organizes, manages, and assumes the risk of a business or enterprise. That's what Webster says. I didn't make that up, I looked it up. And the nominees in the entrepreneur category are Helen Chen, Vice President of Ambrx Biotechnology; Deborah Martinez, President for Precise Distribution; Linda Kegel, founder of Cask and Cleaver. And the winner is... This is so much fun. Aren't you guys having fun? At least you are now, right? Okay, the Women in Business Entrepreneur Award goes to, and it's spelled right, Linda Kegel. Is Linda here? Linda's not here? Ruby, will you accept the award on Linda's behalf for me, please? I just had to get her up here. She's short, she makes me look tall. It was worth it.
Actually, it's Kegel. Linda Cagle, I wish she was here. She and her husband Chuck own the Sycamore Inn and have revitalized what has long been an Inland Empire landmark. They also have the Cask and Cleaver Corporation, which has withstood this terrible time of economic scarediness. She's a great woman and has trained I don't even know how many people, mentored lots and lots of people, taught people how to cook, taught people how to select, and most importantly, drink wine. So that's it.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks, Ruby. Thank you, ma'am. Can we take a picture? There's something to be said for vanity. Innovation, see, I told you I got 3 of them. Innovation is not always Star Wars. It is creative thinking with the chutzpah to carry the thought to completion. The nominations in the innovator category are GAIL Horton, CEO, CCS Interactive. I said the last one wrong. Kusum Kavya, owner, Combustion Associates Incorporated. And Allison McKinsey, Vice President and General Manager for Babcock Laboratories. And the winner is? Glad they didn't make envelopes. It would have been harder. And the award goes to GAIL Horton. Congratulations.
Thank you
Would
so
like to say
much.
something?
Sure. Well, in 1982, when I opened the California Computer Schools, Stephen Jobs had just gotten his first computer out of his garage, practically, and people were saying, "What are you doing?" And I had an incredible team, actually a female teacher and a woman that was running the front office, and together we built it to train 43,000 people in the Inland Empire. So I owe a great debt of gratitude to them. 15 years ago, when we opened CCS Interactive, websites were of course a new thing, and people were saying, "Why do I need a website?" And again, I had the blessing, the real true blessing of a great team of women who helped me do that, and some wonderful designers now, the men who have been the creative genius. And I think the most joy that has filled my life is from Dr. Rita Thakur, who's in the audience today, in the red jacket there, being very shy, but from the University of Laverne. She had a dream. She wanted to have an incredible curriculum that would change kids' lives, change the world one life at a time, and she let me create the curriculum and run with it. And so teaching at the University of Laverne the last 5 years and giving back to those young, bright, energetic minds has been a real joy. So, and I just want to thank all of you. It's an honor to be in this room with each woman here who is changing the world one life at a time. Thank you and God bless.